Good morning, guys, once again. In this lecture, I'm gonna discuss a little bit more about the project. So last week, I have given you a project, and if you actually go through that project, you will see that you should do it as a teamwork. And the forms where you're gonna upload the team forms are actually displayed in here now. There's a section in the project section called Upload Team Form, where you can go and upload the form itself. So if you already decided that your team, that who you're gonna work with in this project, you can upload the form here. I can have a look at your subject, the subject you selected, and the roles, so that I can give you a pass ticket to start doing the project. Or if someone else took it before you, at least I can get back to you on your feedback form. Remember that when you upload it, I can provide you a feedback so you can see your mistakes. Okay. So if you go to the upload section and upload your team form, I will provide you a feedback within this week, and you can see that whether you can select the subject or not. Additionally, if you are still seeking group members, team members to do the project, you can post it in here. I created you a discussion form, which you can go there and create a discussion topic. So you can ask other people if they are seeking a team or not. Okay. So instead of sending me messages and dramatizing the situation, oh, I don't have a team, I don't know what to do, I offer you a solution. You can go there and actually post it. So you can basically find if you don't have any the group members, the team members. I'm going to change the team. So you can discuss with others if they want to, work with you, or if you are looking for other people, you can do that in here. Finally, this week I sat down and finished all of the tutorials. You might have realized that the YouTube channel expanded gradually. Like, I think this week I uploaded 6 or 7 videos. So if you go there, you will see that quite a lot of videos are being uploaded now. And this is now should be 20 videos up to the topic, up to the very last topic that I want to do, including data grid. So each week, it's up to you how to handle this situation. Currently, you should watch list view part 1 and part 2 this week. Okay, this is where we are. This is what you should do this week. It is the list view now that the subject we are doing. So you should watch the regular list view. There's also an object-oriented version, which you can watch afterwards. That's quite a long video that I did, 45 minutes. But this week, you should really focus on the list view component. This component will be very, very useful to you in the project as well, because the data you want to represent should be either in a list view or data grid. List view is generally regarded easier than data grid, so you can use a list view should you want to. And then the next week, we will watch the others. So I'm not going to upload any more videos now. Those who want to watch them all together and want to go ahead, I uploaded them all. So you can watch one each week until the end of the term, or you can sit down and watch them right now all together. It's up to you. But I covered the topic. And I don't want to solve the same questions all over again in these sessions, okay? Because I already dedicated a huge time to record these videos. As you can see, some of them are up to almost an hour, like in here. I dedicated my time, and it's really difficult to actually record them, edit them, and then put them there. It took a lot of time. And while I did that, I don't want to come back here and solve exactly the same questions, because that's going to be pointless. I already did that part. Rather, in these sessions now, I want to discuss if you have any questions on the projects, or if you do not understand the content of the video, somehow you want to ask something in the video, but because it was not interactive, you couldn't ask. Those kind of questions I can answer in here. Is that clear? How we're going to proceed from now?
Yes, sir.
Good. Now, make sure to upload your projects today. Okay, the upload team session, Teams form is in here. Make sure to upload the form as soon as possible, because if you do not upload the form and someone else comes and upload it before you, this means your topic will be selected and you will be left with the other topics. So the sooner you come and upload it, the better it is, okay? That's all I want to say. Other than this, do you have any questions? Did you watch the list view video this week?
Yes, sir. I think I have a question, sir.
Go ahead.
On the list view video, there was a particular section where the ID tag was captioned. It was incrementing by itself. You
Yes.
understand? And you couldn't make any changes on it. The caption was as if it wasn't there, but it was there, kind of invisible. I was a bit confused how you achieved that.
I put a ++ or into the ID every time that I basically added an ID. You can basically create an auto number, like in here, you see. At the beginning of your class, it is possible that you create an auto number, all right? And each time that you add a record, you can basically increase this number. This is how I achieved it. So in the list view example, we had some records already. Maybe if I have one, I have in here, and with each one that I add, I can increase the auto number to show it, okay? So that I can differentiate the records. You see, each time I make an operation in here, each time I make an add operation, I am increasing the auto number. This means that every time that I add a row, which is actually consisted of subsets, sub-items, name and surname. So the ID basically serves as the basis of the list view item in the first list view example, which is indicating the row. And as you can see, inside, there's only auto number. This is because the auto number is a unique component I use to differentiate the rows. You see, if I have a row 1, this person's name, X, Y, the differentiation between Y and X and Y is the ID. A person could have exactly the same name with another person, exactly the same surname, but if these two are different people, their differentiator, the component that will differentiate them, is the ID, okay? Because if they are different people, they will have different IDs. To overcome this problem, I created an ID at first and started it from a specific place, such as in the first example, I think this was starting from 1. In the second example, because I had more than one record, I made sure that it started from 3 or 4. And each time I actually want to update something, such as increasing the number of rows in the application, adding to the list view, it basically increases the number of the ID so that each component will have a different ID. The same thing also happens when you update and remove. Because when you remove a component, you must first make sure that the ID is there. Otherwise, this will create some problems for you. As an example, you need to make sure that the ID has to be the identifier in order to update name and surname. And the same goes for delete. You find the ID and you remove the entire component based on the ID. Now, because the auto number works from a regular increasing structure, so if you delete one component, assuming that you have only 1, 2, 3. And you wanted to delete 2. When you delete 2, the ID here would not go and replace 2. It will continue from where it left off, which is going to be 4, 5, 6, and so forth. This is the logic of auto increment ID, and every single database also work in the same way. When you take a database class, you will realize that you will learn something called a primary key, which is the unique identifier of a role. A primary key is basically used to identify a specific role from another role. And you can sometimes create this as an auto number. By doing so, each time you add a record, the auto number increases by itself. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
One more question concerning the project, the group project.
Yes.
I submitted my form already, and I'm anticipating to work with the gym and sports subject. So I'm asking, in a gym membership, I don't know, are members supposed to have a login form? Because it's the admin that would always administer services to intended members of a gym house.
You can think of the application from two perspectives. One is the person that basically owner of the gym. The other person who is going to use your application is the secretary or the person who stays at the desk. When you walk into a gym, there's usually a person sitting at the desk at the reception, right? And that person can register you to the gym. They can offer you programs. If you want to work with a personal trainer, for example, they can assign you to a personal trainer. They can also decide how long you want to register, such as only 1 month. Maybe they have a campaign or something that they offer discount for every 3 months or something. So those kind of roles, you can assign them. So you can assign a role for secretary who can add a member, let's say, or extend the period, but they are not allowed to remove members. And another person, which is the owner, they have more rights. They can update, they can also delete the people or add some other functionalities, such as adding the pictures, okay? So basically the idea here is that you have different roles in the program, in the login interface. Using the roles itself, you can actually assign different tasks to different users, and that will help you a lot. By the way, if you don't know how to do the dynamic pictures, I also created this in the data grid video. Some people keep asking me, like, how do we do the dynamic pictures? If you actually watch the video that I did on data grid, this has nothing to do with the data grid, but you can see now that in the data grid section that I did the dynamic picture. So whenever you click on one component, the picture changes. You see?
Okay.
I click on one person in the table and it changes the picture. So this is already done. I did a video about it, so you can actually go there and look up how to do this. I did it on a data grid, but it can be done on Visual List View as well. It's basically the same thing.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Any other question? No? Oh, Sophie has a question. Yes, Sophie.
Good morning, sir.
We cannot hear you, Sophie. Please speak louder or get closer to your microphone.
I said good morning. Can you get
Good morning.
Okay. So my question was about the admin panel. You said that when we are writing the admin panel, we should not make it visible to the
yes, exactly,
like the outside users.
Yes.
So I was wondering, like, is it that the admin also logs in normally, but he has his own different password that is going to lead him to the control page, because
Exactly.
that's the logic I had.
Exactly. So basically, you design a user interface, okay, for the admin, and they have their own username and password. You can assign this as admin and admin, okay. It's up to you what to assign them, but obviously you have to give me that password so that I can test your application. For admin, you will have a separate password. They are not gonna fill any form. So it's not gonna be like they're gonna fill a sign up form. They will already have their own login and it's not gonna change. It will always be, let's say, admin and admin. Using that login, they will use exactly the same login interface as the regular users, but they never actually did any, let's say, sign up process in the first place. So what they're gonna do is when they log into the system, their rights will be completely different. They're not gonna see the same interface as the regular users, but rather they're gonna see their own interface. Okay, so basically you're gonna check if the username is admin, let's say, and the password is also admin, show a different user interface than the regular one. Okay, that's how you should handle it. So please don't put on the form admin login there, because if you do that, you are basically inviting anyone to connect as an admin. So you need to keep it secret. All right. So admin login should be something not shown to the regular users. It should be something that goes at the background secretly. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Good.
Then sir, you were saying that we're going to write that's like a report about it. Are we doing the the report immediately as we're submitting? Because
You need
I
to
think
submit like a
for
report format once you have done the project. It's not going to be a huge report, just 1 or 2 pages. I want you basically to discuss the struggles that you have had in the project while you do it. How did the teamwork go? Did people do their job properly? How did the application come along? Was it as much as was it as did it go as planned? You know, with you sit down obviously to do a project. So did it go according to the plan? You're gonna discuss those things, okay? So it's not gonna be like you explaining me the code that you write. It's not gonna be like that, but rather you're gonna discuss how did you manage the project with the teams, okay? That is gonna be the format of the report.
okay, sir. So is it in the report that we're going to submit what admin name and admin password we use?
Yes, exactly. You should submit inside the, you can create a text document as well, just to give me the admin and admin password. So assuming that this is my, let's go there. This is my project. So you can go there, open project folder. Somewhere in here, inside the project, you can just create a text file, admin, username, password. Okay. Just type it there, username, admin, password, admin. That's it. In fact, if you do just admin and admin for every single one, that will be great. So that I wouldn't look up into what was the admin password. So make sure that the username is admin and password is admin so I can check it. Okay. Don't
Okay,
put
sir.
random names there. Just put admin and admin for both of them. So it will be easier for me to check. All right. But if you
Yes, sir.
want to pass the password, just put it inside the same folder as your project, like in here, so that once you zip this, you can zip this so they can come all together. So all of them, you can just simply zip it. So whenever you upload the project to the Moodle, you can basically, when I unzip it, I will see your password. But I strongly suggest that you make this admin and admin for both of them. All right.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome. Good question, Sophie, by the way. Yes, Congo.
So I have a question on there's a problem I have with the list view, especially when I input items, like when the program runs for the first time and I input items, I am able to I can delete all the items, but after deleting and I re-input any item, when I try deleting, the program always crashes, like it stops.
I don't know what your error is, but probably you might be trying to delete something that doesn't exist because you already deleted it. So make sure to put everything inside a try and catch. Remember that every time the program crashes, your first solution should be try and catch, nothing else, okay? Most of your problems can actually be solved with try and catch. By doing the try and catch part, you capture the error yourself. You do not leave it to the compiler, and you can handle the error by yourself rather than leaving it to the compiler itself, okay? This is why try and catch is strongly suggested in this course and also in other courses that you're going to take from now on. And it will be great for you if you use it. So I haven't seen what your error is, but basically the first suggestion that I will give you is to use to encapsulate your delete statement with try and catch. All right, and see where the error is. If it is a null reference error, this means that you are trying to delete something from the list view that doesn't exist in the first place. Okay? Does that answer your question? And he's gone, I guess. Great.
Sir, I'm still available. About the project, sir, I wish to ask if we're allowed to use panels.
The panels. What kind of panels?
Just like the panels in the which the Visual Studio allowed us to use.
You should learn how to use the list view and also data grid view. So I'm not quite sure why you want to use panels or what for.
I just want to ask if we are allowed.
What are you going to use the panels for? If you tell me, then I can tell you yes or no. I don't think you need panels in this project. Everything that I taught you and show you is more than enough.
Okay, sir.
So not quite sure why you want to use it. I really don't understand. If you tell me that this is the reason why I want to use it, then I can say, okay, that makes sense. But if you just come and tell me that, oh, I want to use panels, and I ask you for what, and you don't know the answer, then my answer will be no.
I was trying to use it for my menu.
Your menu. You can create your menu through buttons. You can create it from link label. You can create your menu from basically anything. Not sure why you want to use the panel, but if you record me a small video or maybe a picture to show me how you want to design it and email to me, maybe then I can respond to you better. Okay? It is also very, very hard for me to comment on something that I don't see. Okay, alternatively, I can stop sharing my screen and you can share your own screen to show us. Do you want to do that?
I'll do that. I will send you a video.
Yeah, which one do you want to do? You want to send me an email or you want to share your screen?
An email.
Okay, cool. Send me an email then and I will have a look at it. So we will, I will decide what you want to do. But technically, everything that I showed you is enough to do this project. Everything about the project, you will find it in these videos. Okay? All these videos that you are seeing in here, in the channel, you can find them and you can see that everything is done there already. You just need to combine it. One of the things that I didn't do in this course is to combine stuff. So I did, for example, XML. As you can see, I did other components such as create, show, manipulate XML. I did list view, add, delete, update list view. I did an object-oriented kind of approach for list view and data grid view. I did all operations, but I did not combine them. So I can use list view with actually XML file or with files and folders. I can do that. And that is the only part you have to figure out in this project. Everything else is already done. So if you complete these videos, all of them, you are almost ready to go for the project. It's just that you need to combine them in a way that it will make a whole program. Okay, that is the only thing you should do. Any other questions? Anything you didn't understand? So you see, each time I add something, the list view is expanding. The ID is being created, increased. And I can click on delete, as you can see, and it does delete it. It doesn't give me an error. Okay, so if I go to the delete part, you can see that it's just a couple of lines. That's it. If you are getting an error in here, you might want to try to encapsulate with try and catch. That's the first thing I would do, definitely, with try and catch, to make sure that this is being called by me rather than leaving to the compiler. You can throw an exception here. Exception EX, and show the message yourself. Don't leave it to the compiler. Show. This item cannot be deleted. So instead of getting an error message now, you're gonna get the message that you write yourself. I can delete every single thing, but if I try to click on delete again, which has nothing now to basically delete, it will say this item cannot be deleted because there's nothing there. So if I didn't put the try and catch, this will actually cause an error. So I'm gonna remove this. All this part, put it into a comment. You see, everything is now in the comment section. I'm gonna save this, rerun the application. Add my name. And I'm gonna click on delete. Click on delete. Now I'm gonna click on delete again, and it gives me an error because there's nothing to delete. Do you see? This is why it's important to put try and catch, to make sure that your statements, particularly with update and delete, must be encapsulated so that if you don't find the ID, it will basically trigger an error and says this item cannot be deleted. Rather than giving you a compiler error, it will show the message that you write. Right, I have 8 minutes. If you have more questions to ask, I will continue the lecture and explain you more stuff on this view. If you don't have any questions, I will end the lecture here. So you decide what to do. Do you have further questions? Do you want to discuss further? Or shall I end the lecture? Can you please respond to me?
So for me, I haven't really watched the list view. I watched just the first part, so I don't really have much questions.
I didn't get the question.
It's not really a question. You're asking if you should continue or not. I said I don't really have a question because I did not watch the complete list view. So when I finish it, I'll jot down my questions for next class.
The list view. You don't know where to look at the list view.
I did not watch it completely, so for now I don't really have a question. So I don't think you should continue.
Someone asked me that I watched the list view exercise. You're not listening. Like, I don't understand. You don't hear each other when somebody asks a question?
No, sir. You said, should you continue if we have a question? And nobody responded. So I'm saying I don't have a question now because I haven't watched the list view completely.
Then this is even worse than me spending time here, Sophie. You should watch the videos, okay?
Yes, sir. You said we should do it this week. I watched the first part, so I don't really have a question.
And you come to my lecture today, you should have watched it because this has been there since last week. You should have watched these two videos before coming in here. And I think this is a generic problem in this course. You don't watch the videos. You don't look at the content. You don't do anything. You just come here, wait for me to solve the exercises. And I'm not going to do that because I did the videos. I already spent my time to do the videos for you. I already spent my time to create you a very detailed project that you can learn from a lot. But most of you are just there waiting for me to open your brain, put the information there, and close your brain. This is not how life works. Our new normal is changing now because of this pandemic, okay? Don't expect to walk into a classroom anytime soon so the teacher can teach you. From now on, for a while, the education will be online. So get used to this situation. There is no other way for you. You have to teach yourself now. And all I can do is to offer you guidance, just like I did in the videos. If I'm gonna come here, solve exactly the same exercises, what's the point? I already solved it. So whenever you come to the class every single week, make sure to watch the videos, okay? It's already there. Everything is already uploaded. We just need to sit down and watch them. And you need these videos in order to complete your project. So I really, really suggest you to take this a little bit more serious now because you didn't take the first assignment very serious. I see a lot of mistakes there. And don't make the same mistakes in the second one. If you do that, you're going to fail from this course, and I'm sure you don't want that. Make sure to understand these stuff because you will need this, okay? That is my suggestion. But if you come here every week without watching the videos and you have nothing to ask to me, then what's the point of me getting up in the morning and joining into this class? There is no point because you don't have any questions. Do you understand the dilemma? I want to hear a yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Now I'm going to stop now for today. Please watch these videos. Please upload your teamwork assignment and please take this more serious. Next week, I have an exam with another course, so I'm not going to do lecture next week. The week after, I will continue to my lectures. So I'm also giving you 1 week off, okay? So catch up with the course material within this week time. Turn it into an advantage rather than a disadvantage, okay? Next week, I have, as I said, a midterm in another course, so I'm not going to join the class next week. But if you send me an email, I'll probably reply to you as fast as I can, okay? So in today's lecture, I'm going to finish it here because you don't have any questions. And good luck in your work, in your project. We will not have a midterm in this course, so you will be evaluated based on the project performance. Take good care, and I'll see you guys the week after. Enjoy.
Thank you, sir.
Bye.